Knicks Nation. Knicks Nation. Look at us. We got the win. Um, it was a hard fought win. Definitely didn't want a battle like that, but um, we held on. It's a lot to talk about. I got my notes right here. Kind of want to run off and start with Tibbs is still playing Julius all these minutes, man. All these minutes. Of course, we had to get the win, and I know we're definitely going to do that. But it reminds me of Melo. When we had Melo, Melo played the entire first quarter. Came in sat out the second, came in halfway through, the second and played pretty much the rest of the game. It's similar to this. Julius came out hot. He was doing good. He played in. But then, of course, he played damn near the entire first, and then you bring in Opie. But then what happened? Jules start missing the shots now. Why? His legs is gone. His legs is shot. Kind of mix it up in between. I'd rather you play Julius early, obviously. You sit him down at maybe 4 minutes left, 2 minutes left. Give him that little breaker, then bring him in midway through, maybe 8 or maybe 6 minutes into the second quarter, which gives Opie that juices and flowing because Opie was rolling today. I would rather that happen so Julius won't be tired at the end because he stated he's like, yo, at the interview, post game interviews, I'm tired. I can't wait to go home. So we definitely need to monitor Julius minutes. Then of course we're gonna talk about getting murdered by Jaylen Brown. I brought this up in our last thing, and look here, bullying at that wing spot. We are going to get destroyed. It's a fact. We're going to get destroyed, especially for players that have two dominant front courts. So like for here, I guess Jaylen Brown is a two guard. So a front court and a back court. You got Jason Tatum at the 4 or the 3, and then you have Brown at the 2. So Barrett can't guard both. Fournier gonna have to guard someone, and obviously Fournier was guarding Brown, and Brown went to work. Brown literally had 20 in the first quarter. Then when they brought in Burks in the second quarter, he only scored 5 points. So he ended the half with 25. That shouldn't happen. He was killing from three. Killing. That shouldn't happen. I also want to talk about Mitchell Robinson. Mitch was astonishing today. Astonishing, man. My man was fabulous. Even though he still had the injury, recovering from the injury, he put in work. I think he had 35 minutes. Talk about gradually try to bring him along. That's it. But once Mitch get his conditioning and look at that, he's going to be a problem. 11 and 17 on the night. That's what we need for Mitch. That brings a whole different dynamic and level to my Knicks here. Another thing I wanted to bring up was dribble penetration. Dribble penetration by my Knicks. Excuse me. We need more of that. I was, with Kemba, you rarely saw a lot of dribble penetration. He pretty much was working on the perimeter, a lot of threes. He was, giving up. That's telling me Kemba don't got the pop. And he was on the floor a lot today. And it's only the first game, and he's throwing his body out there. So we got to see what's going on with Kemba. Obi Toppin, I was impressed with Obi. Obi did his thing in the front court, just dominating on the fast break. But there was a play that I wanted to bring up when Obi was posting Schroeder, and he barely moved him. Obi, hit that weight room, get your lower half strong, especially if you're posting up bigger guys. Face up, you catch the ball, you turn around, you face up, you create space with your body, then you power in. You work with that. I played a little ball here and there, whatever the case is. Speaking of this dude, number 44, I think is Williams. He deserved every money he got because he was playing defense. He was all over, blocking, rebound, and hitting his free throws. Mitch, got to hit those free throws. So it was good. Then we're going to talk about having too many weapons. Early in the game, when Tibbs was kind of figuring out that lineup, he had too many weapons to play with. So, there wasn't steady offense only coming from a key player because you need to play to get in that rhythm. Burks had a couple wide open threes that I know if Barrett was in the game, he would have hit. Eventually, second half, Barrett got it going. And then of course the second half, he locked on a specific rotation. His rotation shortened. There wasn't no 10-man rotation. I believe it was only maybe seven that he was going to, which was Opie coming off the bench and Rose. So when he tightened that second half, we definitely played a whole lot better. Then of course I know my Knicks want to speed the game, speed the game, speed the game. We were so better defensively when we slowed it down. When we grind our possessions, and then because you also did the same on the defensive end. Now that we speeding up the ball, that's you're exerting more energy. So you're definitely going to be lackluster on defense, especially if I'm just literally in let's say a 24-second span. Y'all literally ran up and down the court for 5 possessions. You're going to be tired. So granted, these are NBA players. They work on their body. They do what they got to do, but it'll get better. So as you can see, this is definitely the second half when we started to get it going. We was rolling. We was doing our thing. We were up, but then Tatum was going to work. So obviously, when you lose Bullock for Fournier, you get these players at the wing that's going to have these offensive games on us, man. It just takes a team effort to lock it up here. Now, I heard Tibbs saying that he wanted to foul. They wanted to foul, but then, of course, the play broken up once he fell. Players didn't know what to do after that, whatever the case is. He hit the three. And once again, as you can see, Tatum kind of going work. A lot of times we had a lot of unnecessary turnovers. Julius had 5, I believe. Who else would have some? I believe Kemba have some, but not too many. Rose might have one. So, Jules, man, you got to lock it up. Now, this play here, Barrett locked up, and I'm going to tell you how. Jason Tatum likes to do from that wing corner his sidestep 3, right, to the right. Barrett forced him left so that he won't get to that spot and pull off that move. That's great IQ by Barrett. Great IQ from Barrett, which there wasn't really a great IQ, but this here was also phenomenal. Tibbs' out of bounds plays or timeout plays have been great so far. I believe every time we called the timeout, except for that one play that they turned it over and came out and we had the ball, they scored off our out of bounds play. And I was looking forward to my guys playing defense and Tibbs kind of stepping up his pin game, because after watching Monty Williams, in the playoffs, draw up some plays, and then the Knicks the previous years not solidifying, certain out of bounds plays. I was like, what's going on? But Tibbs is showing why he's the coach of the year. Then of course we talked about the second half. Small ball was working to a certain extent because we pretty much were not grabbing boards. The switch plays that helped out a lot. Opie was able to kill in the open court. It was good, but then like I said, Evan Fournier. Let's kind of look at the stats here with Barrett. Barrett was 6 for 11, 54, 42. I like that. I wish he had a stronger start, but we'll take that. Free throws, got to get better at the free throws. 66% is not good. 5 boards expected, 2 assists, need more. 2 blocks, that's good, but his plus minus +8. That's what I like to see from Barrett. Look at Jules though, 35, 9 and 8. MVP. Those are great numbers from Jules. I would like his 3-point percentage to be a little higher, especially his field goal. I would like his field goal to be in the 50% range. You're big, but you also shoot a lot of threes. So, but we definitely work on that. Free throws, 8 for 8. We needed those clutch free throws. I remember a couple years before, actually, his first year with us, we lost the game because of his free throws. So, good stuff. Now, bring it to the Mitch. Mitch, please. I know I brought that up before. Knick Fan TV t-shirt. Shout out to them. Mitch, please, man. Look at that. 5 for 5, 100%. 1 for 4 free throws. Mitch, free throws, sir. Free throws. Right now, you should be in the gym right now hitting free throws. Totally hitting free throws right now. Then of course you had 17 rebounds, which was great. 5 offensive boards, guys. 5 offensive boards. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. Because we definitely wasn't getting that when he was out with the 12 defensive boards. So that's great. Then of course I'm surprised his plus minus is only 3, but we'll take it though with the 11 points and the 2 blocks. Um, to me, the guy tonight's Evan Fournier, 13 for 25, 52, 46% from three. He had 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 steals. Now, yes, so steals could be misleading in the league. I spoke about my boys about this numerous times, because they say, Steph Curry will average like 2 steals a game, but we know Steph is not a great one-on-one defender. He's playing the weak lanes, or he playing the lanes, and you're able to stick your hand out and you get the steal. So, even though he was getting torched, you still had those 4 steals. So we'll take that. Plus minus was 11 plus. We take those 32. Now Kimba, 3 for 8. I'm not mad about that, but you were 3 for 4 for 3. I appreciate that. 1 for 2, that's not you at the free throw line. I was surprised with the 8 rebounds. The 3 assists would like more, but I guess the whole point is for you to be aggressive. And you pretty much gave us that 10 points. So I like but the 35 minutes, I think it's way too much. That should be Derrick Rose numbers. I'm sorry. I think it's way too much. I think that should be Derrick Rose numbers. But we're going to move down to Derrick. Now, Derrick, his shooting percentage, 3 for 11. It's not that strong. 1 for 3 from the 3. But I still like his production as far as the 4 rebounds. That 5 assists was key for me. As you can see, those 5 assists was him pushing the pace, knowing when to attack. Rose just has a great feel for it. And then, of course, Rose is 6'2", and he was playing defense. That's ultimately was my thing, was him playing the defense. Then, of course, Rose ended up with 9. But see, look, his plus minus was 7 compared to Kimba's -1. I know a lot of people is not the plus minus persons, but I'm starting to get into it. I'm starting to dabble in a plus minus. Jericho Sims gave us 6 amazing minutes as far as him not, causing any fouls or any turnovers, but just being productive in a time period. Got to make those free throws, though. And, of course, he had a alley. He's supposed to, throw his whole head in the rim, but, of course, you got to finish that. Burks, 2 for 5. Burks should have made some more threes. But we'll take it. You was a -5. And then Quick, it was starting bad for Quick, and I think this will be the issue. Will Quick get the minutes that he had last year this year? I don't know, and I don't think so, unless it's a game-to-game situation, is where he starts out hot early, and it's like, okay, we're gonna ride with him, we're gonna roll with him. You never know. But look at Obadiah Toppin. 6 for 9, 66. Didn't hit his threes. If he hit his threes, he would have had over 20 points. 2 for 3. I need you to hit like at least 75% from your threes. The 2 offensive rebounds, crucial for us. We needed that. I would like for the Knicks to at least average 12 to 15 offensive rebounds per game. So we got to get that up. Then, of course, you had 5 rebounds total. He needs to step up the rebounding game, but he did have a block and a foul with the 14. I was loving that production from Opie. But guys, we pushed that one through. That was a tough game. I had so much emotions. I was getting angry. I was crying. I was yelling. I was smiling. I stopped picking up my phone. I even had to tell a wife and daughter to leave the room. Then I eventually left the room and went and watched it in the living room for the second half. Well, for the overtime, which we came out and pulled it through. So I'm very superstitious. If I'm watching a game in a position that's not working, I got to switch. I got to move. I do all of that. So I guess for now, I'm going to continue to watch the games in the living room. And hopefully we pull out the dub. But we pulled it out, Knicks. Knick Nation. Mess with me, man. I'm trying to get this up and running, man. My intake on the Knicks, man, I think is up there. So I definitely want to kind of elevate this, take it to a whole new level. Appreciate you guys. Deuces.